Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time to be cooking. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making a wonderful chocolatey smooth mousse, which is actually non-dairy and there's no cooking involved. Actually, it's very simple and it uses a very unusual ingredient, the avocado. Avocado is a great food. It has great healthy fats for us. It also has fiber, lots of phytonutrients that we need. It's an all around delicious, actually, fruit, and it makes an incredible ingredient in this recipe that we're making today. So, and the good thing about this too is there's not very many ingredients that we actually need. So this is what we need to make the mousse, which is just my small food processor here. And I'm going to be cooking up yet another recipe here. By the way, if you are interested in maybe gifting someone a gift of health, I actually have a program which is called Prep It and Forget It, where you actually get the recipes, the prepping guide, the shopping list, and everything that you'll need to prep an entire week's worth of food on the Sunday beforehand. It comes with tutorials so that you can follow along with me, and with helpful suggestions and substitutions if you want to make a very vegetarian version of it. But I hope you get to take a look at that. That is on my website, eveyschweig.com, if you want to take a look at that. So what I'm going to do here to start off with our mousse is first cut my avocado, which I do by cutting in half. And one of the things with avocados is they can be very dangerous. A lot of emergency room visits are due to avocado cuts. So in order to be safe, let me show you how I do it. I usually use just a butter knife. And what I will do is I'm just going to score down, making little rows of cuts in the avocado. And then I'm going to turn it 45 degrees, or 90 degrees rather, and cut it down so I have just little squares, just like that. I am going then to scoop it out, the flesh, those nice little cubes, directly into the food processor. Okay, there we go. And I want to get every last little bit up and into that machine. Now here's the tricky part. You have this half with the pit in it, right? So don't try to dig it out or anything like that. What I like to do is I like to just take my knife, place it on top of that pit, take my other hand, give it a little tap, and voila. Comes out very easily. So again, I'm just going to remove the pit from my knife. I'm going to score it the way I did the other half. And then just scoop it out into the food processor again. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, avocado, one of the main ingredients in this recipe. The other is cacao powder, or you could use cocoa powder. What's the difference? I get that question a lot. Cacao is the raw version of cocoa. If you've ever seen cocoa powder, it has actually been treated. They call it the Dutch treatment. It actually changes the alkalinity of it. But in this case, I don't find much of a difference. Some people say that the cocoa is milder, it's less bitter. I like the cacao powder just because it has more nutrients in it, because it's been less processed. It also has a lot of healthy fiber and magnesium. Magnesium is a great mineral that we should be looking for in our diet because it helps with our mood, it helps us adapt, helps with sleep. So it's a good mineral to have, and it's being depleted in our soil because of the processing and the types of fertilizers that we use, conventional farming does not replenish the magnesium the way it should. So it's good to get magnesium wherever we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of the cacao powder. All right, I'm going to kind of shake it down a little bit so it gets into the bowl a little bit better. And then I want to add a sweetener because, as I said, that the cacao can be a little bit bitter. So I normally don't like to add sweeteners into my recipes, but for this one in particular, I think you really need to. I am going to use some raw honey. You can use maple syrup for this. I haven't tried using soaked dates, but that might work as well. What I like about the honey is it helps with the creaminess of the final dish. So I'm going to add in just about a tablespoon of the honey. And I might have gotten a little bit more in there than I wanted, but anywhere from 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon is good. I like to try and try to use as little added sugar as possible. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding blueberries to this, which will add more sweetness to it. So I now have my sweetener added in. As I said, you could use maple syrup as well. You could use a bit of stevia. Sometimes what I like to do is add less of the honey, so maybe just about 1 teaspoon of the honey, and then add in maybe 5 or 6 drops of the stevia into that. Stevia is great because it doesn't affect insulin levels the way regular sugars do. So every now and then I will do that. We're going to add in some vanilla, just about a teaspoon of vanilla. All right. And I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk. You might hear my grand kitty meowing in the background. We're kitty sitting. And she is not happy that she's not being included in this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind this up. Let me give it a little bit of a mix with my spatula here. Now, if you find that this is too thick for your liking, by all means, just add more almond milk. You can also add any kind of nut milk that you would like. You could add coconut milk. You could add a cashew milk. You could even add oat milk if you want. Oat milk might have a more of a flavor to it, but you know what? It might not be bad. Now I'm going to take a little taste here because in the past I've added a little bit of salt, but I'm going to just taste it and see without the salt. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. If you like dark chocolate with the sea salt, that's kind of the flavor that this will give. So I'm just going to give a little pinch in. Uh-oh, someone's getting very insistent in the background there. All right. All right, and that's it. Believe it or not, we are done. So what I like to do with this then is I'm going to just spoon it out. And I just want to show you how smooth and creamy this is. Isn't that great? So what I like to do at this point, and this is great, you can have this as a snack on your own. You can have it for company, dessert after dinner. one avocado is probably about 2 generous serving sizes, depending on the size of your avocado as well. So what I'm doing is, as I said, I'm going to add a little bit of blueberries. Blueberries, again, wonderful nutrition. It has a sweet flavor without adding a lot of sugar, but it has fiber and more of those antioxidants that are so good for us and keep us healthy. So I just added a little bit of those blueberries. Something else you might like to add is some dried coconut flakes, unsweetened. So I'm going to add a few of those on top here. And another thing that's always fun to do is to add in some cacao nibs. Cacao nibs are, again, just the cocoa that hasn't been pulverized to a powder. I'm just going to take a little out here so you can see it. But they don't have any additives to it. So they do still have it has a waxy consistency, much like a chocolate chip, but it isn't sweet the way a chocolate chip is, because a chocolate chip has added fats to it and as well as sugars. And this is the pure ingredient of cacao. So that's it. Simple, simply done, very easily done. There you have it. Delicious. I love it with the blueberries in it because it does add a little bit of that sweetness. This is not as overly sweet as something you'd get with a pudding, but it has the same richness. And depending on your flavor profile, as I said, you can add in a little bit more sugar if you'd like. I prefer to keep it on the low side and add natural flavors in with those blueberries. So I hope you get to try this. I would love to hear from you if you do. Let me know what you think. Oh, by the way, this keeps beautifully in the refrigerator for up to 5 to 6 days. Just keep it in a well-sealed container, and it's there for snacking, or you can make it ahead of time if you know that you're hopefully in the future when we have company back in our homes. So I hope that everyone has a wonderful holiday. I will probably see you not until the new year sets in, right? But in the meantime, eat healthy, enjoy your sweets wisely, and I will see you in the new year. And I will also be presenting a new program, which will be very similar to what I had just explained, where we will be doing a live 1-week food prep program. So getting skinny, so that you fit into your skinny jeans, right? Lose the bloat and fit into your skinny jeans. I look forward to presenting that to you. It's the end of January, and I hope to see you. I'll see you cooking before then. So take care, enjoy the holidays, and family and friends. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.